Oh yes, yes sir, yes sir. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Nice fish, nice fish. Wait, are there smallmouth in here? Over the last decade, I've caught fish in every corner of North America. From California to Mexico, Florida to New York, and all the way up to Canada, documenting it all on video for you guys.
Yes, I got it!
But as a video creator and instructor, I've generally left out one of the most important and the largest demographics in the world of fishing, and that is the bank beater, the pond prowler, the shore master.
Yeah!
In this series, I'm making it my goal to fish more bodies of water than I ever have before, but this time, from the bank. My name's Tyler, and this is 100 Ponds. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to 100 Ponds. I'm in a brand new location today, never been here before. That's kind of part of this whole series. I love fishing brand new ponds, and today I am far away from home here on the I-35 corridor, way up north, and I'm excited because these two ponds that I fish in this video have some awesome fish catches, some unforgettable moments, and definitely a fish that I never thought I would catch in a pond. My name's Tyler. Let's get to pond number 57. So walking down to pond 57, we have a few things to talk about. Number one, I'm in Iowa, definitely a foreign place for this series, but I'm on the way to Minnesota. I thought that I would stop and fish with two of my subscribers here in town. Colin and Grant, they are over there fishing on that side of the pond. They've invited me to their little honey hole here. So we're starting behind the 8-ball. It is already 3:30 in the afternoon. That means the morning bite has most likely died, but sometimes you don't get a choice on when you're fishing, and that's what we are faced with today. This pond, though, is beautiful. The whole thing is covered in vegetation. It looks like some sort of milfoil. As you can tell from the drone shot, it is all the way out there in the center of the pond and all along the sides, which means we gotta go weedless today. So my finesse jig here that I had rigged up from previous ponds, probably gotta retie that one. And my frog that I tied up, we're good to go. Hybrid hunter, probably not. The grass looks a little too tall for that. So the rest of the conditions we have super clear water. I'm guessing we got bluegill, and they said there's plenty of good bass in here. So we're gonna put the backpack down, cover a little bit of water with the frog, and see how we fare. Because it's early fall / late summer here in Iowa. Hopefully catch some fish. Oh, I was about to make a full cast and I would have just backlashed. There we go. Oh gosh, brand new braid. Don't do that. If you got brand new line, get it wet first. Ouch, burned my hand. And right now I'm kicking myself for not bringing a tripod with me. I got this little tiny rig down there. Yeah, we got wind, everything's working against us. But I want to catch a fish. I want to cover water. I gotta get down here. Sorry for this camera angle. Y'all are done. Got to get as close down to the water as possible to get a good action on the frog here. I assume a lot of these fish are going to be totally out in the middle or on the shade edge on this side, and so I really want to make the most accurate, purposeful cast that I can. But maybe working the frog slowly out there in the middle could get us a bite. And remember, folks, we only need one fish to count this pond as a success. And I got about an hour and a half before I got to get back on the road and head to Minnesota for pond 58. Yeah, this water's pretty dang clear. Which for this time of the day, when it's 95 outside, can be tough. They're probably not shallow. Oh, good grief. Gosh, dang it. I got a bite about 365 yards away. See, that's how you can tell they're in the middle. I had no chance of hooking that fish. I kid you not, y'all. That was really far. But they're in here. He wasn't lying. Now what I'm doing here, y'all, is I'm making the furthest cast I possibly can to just really get it way past one, where anybody else would have their lures. And two, it's hot outside. The water's probably still hot. The cold front is on its way. So this pond will fish way different here in about a week, but it's still stinking hot. I'd say these fish are still in a summery mood. And so I gotta get to where the fish are, which is their summertime areas, out in deep water, and there's a nice grass line that I'm casting to out there in deep water. And as soon as my lure is out of that strike zone, I am reeling it back in to make the next cast, which I don't think it's gonna be here. I think it's gonna be down the bank a ways. And we have found ourselves another dock. A little bit further around the pond, it seems like this pond here has 6 or 7 docks that kind of line the outsides about evenly. and really give you a good chance to fish. Like I would love to spend more time here. Again, I hate that I only have an hour and a half and I'm trying to make it happen fast, which is why I haven't retied anything. I think I should probably put on a worm, should probably swim a jig, but I'm just trying to go really high percentage, and I feel like the frog in the center out here, even though it's hot and sunny, might be the best chance at just getting a fish. Wish that I could just be super patient, but that ain't me. That ain't your boy. What a cast. What a cast, my goodness. Result in a fish, please. Good grief. Dang it. That's a nice one. I just missed a nice one. Get the water out of my frog and get back in there, man. What is up with these fish, man? That's 2. Now would a, you know, treble hooked topwater been better? Possibly. But that's not what we're doing right now because we got a mixture of grasses. So I'm going frog, a little bit in open water, even though it might be costing me landing a fish or 2, at least in these conditions. Man, you know what? Just to get farther away from the bank, I'm gonna go with a walking bait. So let's retie that real quick. I know we may be running the risk of, you know, getting a little bit snagged, but just because I wanna cast even further, I mean, basically, I wanna spool myself. And because we have a little bit of chop on the water, actually would kind of rather have a walking topwater bait. I'm not sure if I want chrome or bone. That rhymed. Man, I'd like to say chrome. Let's go with it. Let's do it. Let's send it. Chrome, baby. One knocker. Since I know the fish will eat topwater and it's not really like that mat, I can't get to the mats out there, I think this is my best chance. Besides maybe a vibrating jig, which I will switch to if I don't get a bite on this in this spot. I'll put a vibrating jig on and really lock that in my hand for the last half hour I have here. And, you know, as always, will the stinking caffeine shad catch him here? Yes, I think it could. If I could cast it far enough. Problem is I can't get past the super shallow grass with the caffeine shad on a day like today where I'm casting, you know, against the wind. So you gotta throw lures based on the conditions you're dealt. And I think topwater and vibrating jig is the conditions I'm dealt with today. And I almost hooked myself on the knee today. All right, folks, this is the catalyst. Let's do it. All right, folks, absolutely launching it. Oh, I mean like 70 yards at least. And just a slow back, forth. Not too aggressive, just a little bit to kind of poke through those waves, the ripple caused by the wind. I don't know, I'm feeling it. Man, it is effortless with this reel. If you ain't gotten yourself a Mach 2 combo, you should. I'll have it linked below. It's dope. What a cast. That's gotta be a fish. I'm over so much good stuff. Maybe they just don't want chrome. It's possible. It's possible that they don't want chrome or the one knocker is too much for them. It kind of scares them during these conditions. I don't know. That's the thing about fishing. You really don't know. Not even with live scope. All you people out there, live scope, man, helps you see every fish, you catch every fish. No, you don't. Stop that. Oh, hey, Mr. Grant got one. That's what I'm talking about. On what? On the fluke. I told you guys, on the fluke. I'm being the dummy over here, not even listening to my own instruction. But maybe I shouldn't lock the vibrating jig in my hand. Maybe I should lock the caffeine shad. Food for thought. But topwater's so fun. Put that on a shirt. Ooh, geese. Oh yes, yes sir, yes sir. Just a little bitty bite, but a nice fish. Come on, come on. Bring him in. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Nice fish, nice fish. Must have been chasing bait out there. Just slowly bring him in. Come on. He doesn't even know like he's hooked. Doesn't even know like what kind of English was that. Bring it in here, buddy, bring it in. Oh, no, not in the grass. Not in the grass. Well, you know what? Wait. Are there smallmouth in here? I don't think so. This is a smallmouth. This is 1000% a smallmouth bass. 100%. 100%. Wait, watch out, watch out, watch out. That's a smallmouth. I just caught an Iowa pond smallmouth. What? Holy cow.
I've been fishing here for like 3 years. I've never seen a smallmouth.
My guy over here says he's never seen a smallmouth in here, and your boy just caught one. I mean, beautiful, no bigger than 2 pounds, but like, the only pond I've heard of that has smallmouth is KVD's pond. And this one, that's cool. Holy cow. I gotta get an Instagram story of this. That's one of the coolest things I've seen in a long stinking time. Not only did we have a success, pond 57, on the top water, it makes sense that it's a smallmouth. Sunny conditions, not too much wind where I casted. That's crazy. Well, was not hooked very well, but at least we got him to the bank. That is so cool. Hopefully the lighting, let's get better lighting here for you guys. An Iowa pond, 2-pound smallmouth. Thank you, buddy. See ya. Thank you. That was cool. Oh my goodness, folks. I am jacked up. That was crazy. Never in my life did I expect to catch a smallie in a pond. You never know what you're gonna get. Put that on a shirt. And I guarantee you I probably wouldn't have caught that fish if that was on a frog. Smallmouth are notorious for just getting the skirts on frogs, not the whole bait. So I'm glad I switched to the treble hook lure because obviously there are biting topwater fish today. Maybe not the majority of them, but I got one to bite. I force fed them the sexy dog. Yes. Oh my goodness, that was fun. Let's catch another, eh? Why don't we? Down yonder. So now we've reached, I think, what is the most beautiful section of the pond, which is the most shaded, the most calm corner, as you see here on the drone shot. And I just really have a feeling, man, if they're eating topwater and they don't need a frog, they can eat something that's got a little more loudness to it, that I could catch a nice one or two in this little corner. We got a culvert here. Make sure I cast by it a few times. I wish it was actually, submerged in the water, but can't win them all. Next, I'm gonna make some casts underneath this overhanging tree. That was not the best of which. Not the smartest move to cast a treble hook bait around. Yep. Oh, that was close. That was close. As I was saying, cast a treble hook bait around a overhanging tree, but you know what they say about the biscuit and how you acquire it? You can fill in the blank. I cast along the edge of our grass patch out here. Oh my goodness. If I don't catch one here, the world is a sad, sad place. Gosh, there's one. There's one. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you guys. Holy cow. Get in here. How's the hook set looking? There we go. Had to get the thumbnail. Get him on in here, buddy. I knew it. High percentage place, out deep. Looks like a largemouth. Gotta just keep him going. Keep him going. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, beautiful fish. Oh, he got it T-boned. He got it straight up. T-bone, my friend. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Ow, ow. Nope, nope, nope. Don't get me hooked, my friend. Don't get me hooked. Oh, and we got hooks aplenty. Get the pliers. Man, after I got hooked for the first time last year, I'm not playing. Not playing around. Especially with 3 different treble hooks and 1 bass. Sounds like bad news bears to me, but that right there is good news bears. Beautiful Iowa largemouth, 2.5, 2 3/4 pounder. Thank you, my friend. You are making the trip and the stop here in Iowa worth it. And I told you guys, I'll show you a drone shot here. That is such a high percentage spot that I don't think many guys that fish this pond are probably casting to, especially with this lure. I just knew this area here, with it probably being deeper water, the calmer and shadier area is just gonna have more fish, at least this time of year. Springtime, exactly the opposite. You want sunny and you want shallow and hard bottom, but not right now. You gotta fish the conditions, and surprisingly, the topwater is the choice for today. You know, bass fishing can be so hard, but at the same time, if you figure them out, man, they can be so dang predictable. And that's what I love about it. You're gonna catch the fish we can't reach. How about that?
You got a smallie?
How smallie? Yeah. You ever caught a smallmouth in here?
No.
I just caught a 2-pound smallmouth.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. It takes the southern boy to come catch your smallies. So it sounds like the locals haven't caught a smallmouth either, which is just crazy. But I mean, look at this. Talk about like a spawn situation. Delicious. Oh yeah, we got tons of bluegill in the water. I'm gonna punch in there, hopefully y'all can see that. Lots of good forage in this place. definitely a healthy pond. I've kind of backtracked a little bit to the edge of this dock here because I really feel like nobody has made casts just, well, people have done that. I feel like not many folks have made super far casts to at least the edges that I can reach of these grass patches that have, you know, topped out way out there. So if I can get a better backhand cast, there we go. Oh, and it's getting hot, folks. If you haven't gotten yourself an AFTCO sun shirt with the buff and the hoodie attached, you're missing out, because helps keep me away from the sun. It's comfortable, they look cool. This is the Tactical, I believe it's called. And you can use code TRF2023 to save 15% on your whole AFTCO order. I'm talking rain gear, cold gear, gear. And for those of you who hunt, deer gear. They have camo stuff too. How about that, huh? As always, shopping using those links down in the video description helps my channel out a ton. So whether you're using the discount codes or the actual affiliate links, that would be greatly appreciated and would help me continue to be able to travel up here and film cool places for you guys. Uh-oh. Oh, I got stuck on a tree. Oh my gosh. And I have a fish through the tree. There's no way I land this fish. I'm literally reeling my line right now with a fish on it through the top of that tree. If I land this fish, that's gonna be an absolute miracle. Look at this. Look. Holy smokes. I guess I gotta get it. Well, I wanna land it, but I also wanna get an Instagram story. Hold on, fish. I'll use that for the Tic Tac. And I'm gonna kind of swing him up and over. Oh no. Oh, gracious me. All right, flop off, buddy, come on. I'll lose you before the lure. There we go. See ya. Well, fish is gone, so saved his life, but I don't think I'm getting this one back. We are STUK. And I don't really feel like getting a, oh, got it. Well, yay! We are the champions, my friends. And as you can see here, we got stuck on a whole bunch of junk right here. Someone lost their whole bobber. But you know what? I'm gonna count that fish as a land, because if I wasn't through the tree, I did land him. I landed him in the tree. So we're gonna count that. Well, in the last 200 ponds episodes, I have done some pretty interesting things. I caught the only bass probably in the pond in the last episode, and probably the only smallmouth bass in the pond in this episode. So who knows what the next pond has in store, because this is crazy. But you know what, now that we've caught a few, I'd say this pond has been a success. Hopefully y'all learned something. Big thanks to Grant and his brother for inviting me out. We'll see you next time here in Iowa, and I'll see you guys at Pond 58. Pond number 58 up here in Minnesota. As you can tell from the drone shot, is a juicy looking pond. I'm here with my buddy Naz Peltz over there. Is that how you say it?
Naz Peltz, NA Peltz,
NA, and whatever, all the things. That's him over there. He's got a cool channel. I will have it linked below. He's catching fish on big top waters and giant pike swim baits and doing some really cool stuff up here in Minnesota. And he invited me to come fish some of the ponds in his area. So you're gonna see this pond here, as well as hopefully the next video catching some big ones on an awesome custom made swim bait. So I'm gonna throw around the mock baits, Patroller and the old Thunder Cricket. This is probably more of a froggy area, but you'll see here in a second as we talk about conditions. I have a little more open water available to me once I get around this pocket right here. Yes, the Patroller is probably not the best lure for this area, a little too weedy. And that gives us the chance to talk about conditions today. We've got late summer, early fall here in Minnesota. No clue what the water temperature is, but I mean, if it's been in the 90s up here in the south side of the state, then I can guarantee you the water's in the 70s to 80s. I believe this is some kind of an old gravel pit, so the water clarity is relatively good. I'd say, I don't know, 1 to 3 foot visibility. You can tell we have this aquatic vegetation right here. I will have the name on the screen. And as far as the forage species go, I'm pretty sure Minnesota is all bluegill, at least as far as these ponds go. So that's what we got. That's what we're doing. I don't expect fishing to be that hard. So let's catch some fish. Oh yes, let's go, baby. First fish of the day. Not a whole lot of open lanes to cast a treble hook topwater bait around here, but looks like we got ourselves one. Come on in here, come on in here. Yes, sir. That right there is a success, and he swiped at it. Didn't even get him hooked in the mouth. Thank you for treble hooked lures. Thank you, my friend. Go get your big old sister, a big old Aunt Sally. And that right there is why treble hooks around grass can be a challenge. But you know what? We got a fish. That's a success at pond 58. Had to really cast down the lane there. Not a whole lot of open space to work this thing without getting snagged. And the fish happened to be sitting somewhere probably on one of these grass edges and nabbed it. So how about that? Although, you know what? I really thought that I was gonna have a lot more open water to throw this thing, and I'm having to clear it off every single cast. So good thing I brought the backpack. Let's rig ourselves up a gosh dang frog and go to work. Well, you know what, folks? I'm kind of discouraged because I figured with how fast I caught one on the patroller that I'd be able to just smoke them on the frog, and I haven't gotten a bite on it. And I thought, well, you know what? If they're not in the bank, they're in the water column, catch them on the vibrating jig. I'm not catching them on that either. So now I'm trekking through the absolute woods. Hopefully there's no snakes, to go find some flatter bank and really cover the rest of the pond that I can. Mr. Nazpelt's caught himself one on the swim bait, and holy cow, this is so thick. Oh, I'm glad I wore pants.
One tiny treble hook on it.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Come on now. What you doing, buddy? I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't ready for that. I was daydreaming. Good grief. They're not getting the frog good enough. It's almost like I want to throw a treble hook bait, even though the areas I can fish it are less. At least the bites that I would get, I'd probably land, because they're just not eating the frog good enough. We got some cheese now. Good old-fashioned weed cheese. The frog's the only lure you can throw here, at least as far as topwater goes. Man, I gotta be honest, this is real confusing to me. How one of the first few casts I made in like the shallowest water, I caught one on the patroller, and now I've gone down this whole bank here and only got 2 bites and missed them both. Like there's gotta be more fish in here, and the frog is just not getting them to bite. So I should probably stop being so stubborn and just throw something else. Gosh, there's one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was gonna say, there's gotta be a fish out there in the middle on a grass edge that wants to eat the old thunder chicken, and I was right. You're not any big, but I am grateful. Okay, confidence up. Let's go. I was just thinking, man, do I really gotta get out the caffeine shot again? It's like, I'm in Minnesota. Come on. This water should not be that hot that I've gotta whip out the old skunk buster. I'm also realizing how shallow this side of the pond is here, which y'all saw on the drone shot, but I always shoot the drone after I finish filming at a certain pond, and so I couldn't see this till now when the sun got high enough. And so, man, I'm not feeling good as I make this final turn here. I want to have some fun. I want to jack their jaws with the old thunder chicken, but it just looks too shallow. Gosh, holy cow. Quick release, folks. Swing them in, swing them out. No, he's gonna be like, bro, you're never gonna guess what happened. I was in the water and then out of the water and then back in the water. Good grief, man. Hey, you told me I'd catch a crappie. I caught a crappie. Oh, well. Yeah, he'll find his way home. Good grief, man. Can't catch the big ones, but I can catch all the little ones. Oh. It looked fat. Gosh, there's one. There's one. Yes, sir. You felt so much bigger when you bit. Why are you only 1.5 pounds? Gosh, you felt like a stinking 4-pounder. But you know what, folks? We finally figured out they don't quite want the topwater today. The ones that bit it were only really, you know, half biting it, wouldn't get the whole thing in their mouth. And so some days are just like that. Even though we got here early, took advantage of the morning, you know, bite window before the sun got up, those fish still didn't really want to eat it. So you can't force what they don't want. And if they want something in the water column, if they want this, I'm sure they want something slower moving. But we have proved to you guys that there's fish in here, they're gonna bite, and hopefully you've learned something too. Well, my goodness, folks, what an episode. I love getting to travel to places that I'm not from, that I don't usually fish, and fish bodies of water that are totally new to me, and that's what this episode was. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to see my latest 100 Ponds video in the entire series, I will link it up here in the corner. My name's Tyler, hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time right here on TRF. Let's go.